Hello, St. Louis. I'm Dan Paris, and welcome to OnSTL.com.
Today's segment is sponsored by the Office of McBrearty, Hart & Kelly. They proudly help clients in the St. Louis area with automobile accidents, insurance defense, workers' compensation defense, and much, much more. Joy, the St. Louis Filmmakers Showcase starts this Sunday, July 14th at the Tivoli, and runs through Thursday the 18th.
That is a wonderful thing. And, every year it grows. But for the people who haven't seen it, they should just really go and see. Because otherwise they'll think it's some little esoteric, narrow
filmmakers from
a
radius of like 120 miles of St. Louis. Great stuff, from full features to documentaries.
And it's all St. Louis. Shorts. And it's amazing what comes out of St. Louis.
Now, Dan Paris is a filmmaker, and he's with us right now because he heads up Pentimento.
Because he's standing right here.
He is involved with He's involved with the opening film, which is like about an hour, isn't it?
It's about an hour-long program.
12:30 this Sunday, and it's free. This one is free, and Dan, you tell
I think it's the only free one. Exactly.
Yeah.
What, your particular segment of that whole festival is free, or the whole festival is free?
No, just our segment.
Just that segment, yeah.
And it's actually none of my specific films. I'm making an intro film to the program as a whole, but all the other films are made by 11 different students, and they made 9 different documentaries, averaging about 5 minutes.
And they're all high school students, am I right?
They're all high school students, pretty much from all St. Louis public schools or from the city. It was actually started by the Midwest Center for Media Literacy, and they applied for some grants from Missouri Humanities Council, Missouri Arts Council, Regional Arts Council, in partnership with this organization called Studio STL. So Midwest Center for Media Literacy teaches students to, engage with media, not just consume it, but learn how to produce it, learn how to sift through the messages. Mm-hmm. And Studio STL helps with writing. And then they did the program in Wellston and a couple areas. And then this past year, they got me involved with my company, Speak Up Productions, and we worked with Roosevelt High School and Clyde C. Miller High School. And it was basically the dream of Edie Bernard, the founder of Midwest Center for Media Literacy, and the founder, Beth Ketcher, of Studio STL.
Now, what we're watching
kind of the guy that tried to make it happen.
Right. Well, and we're watching something from Martell. Who is Martell?
Martell, he's a student who went to Roosevelt for a little while, but ended up graduating from Pattonville, and now he's actually a film student at William Woods University.
No kidding.
Yeah, he just finished his freshman year. He's on a track scholarship, and
is this a documentary?
This is about a 5-minute documentary he did on the Sheldon Art Gallery in the Grand Center area. Mm-hmm. And his thing was that he heard there were ghost stories from the Sheldon.
Really?
So that's what really attracted him. So he tells the story of what the Sheldon does,
Uh-huh.
but then he kind of adds this little bit of this ghost story and does some kind of special effects.
Tell us about some of the other documentaries and shorts that are in this 1-hour showing.
Yeah, there's a documentary by a guy named James called Making It, and it's just about him talking to his 3 favorite teachers about what he should do as he leaves high school. What do they recommend to him? What advice? What wisdom do they give him as he's about to graduate?
That's what they need to do more for everybody.
Exactly. That'd be great. Every kid interviewed, hey, what's my, not just like, hey, here's the answer to this math problem, but hey, what should I do as I go out into this big crazy world?
Now, do you sit down with these students and help them formulate their ideas? I know you help them write them, but do you help them come up with ideas also?
The last 2 sessions, what we've done is we've kind of had a brainstorm wall. We've had an hour where students can throw out any idea they liked. It doesn't matter when it's brainstorming, anything goes. And then from that, we kind of get students to pick the ones they like the best and choose. And if they fight over them, we'll have some kind of way to figure out which one can do which. And then from there, we start planning, start thinking about how can we tell this story. Then we go out and we try to set up a shoot. I work with them to try to email, make contacts with the interviewees. Then we go and shoot. A lot of times they're directing, so they're interviewing and I'm filming, but then I always hand the camera over to them for them to shoot B-roll and other things like that. And then they completely edit the film all by themselves.
That's great.
So we have an editing training session, and then they spend weeks, editing the film.
Okay, the student showcase now is this Sunday, 12:30, kicks off the St. Louis Filmmakers Showcase at the Tivoli. If you're there at 12:30, it's in the main theater, this one, so the odds are you will get in, and it's free.
And
400
it's
and some people it can fill up, so
yeah.
Hope everybody can come
I'm
out.
all about free.
Thank you, Dan Perry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks for having me.